Thank you for joining me. I'm Dr. Cedrick, and today I want to talk to you about cholesterol and heart disease. Is cholesterol as bad as the media makes it seem? What do we know about cholesterol? Well, the liver makes cholesterol. It then deposits it along our arteries, which narrows arterial space. This in turn affects the amount of blood that flows to the rest of our body. What is cholesterol good for? Well, all cells have cholesterol, and all our tissues can make it. It's important for cellular membrane integrity. This affects nutrient intake and waste removal. Cholesterol makes up 80% of our brain weight. It makes up the myelin sheath of neurons, which speeds up nerve impulses and affects memory time. Most of our hormones are made up of cholesterol. It's a precursor to testosterone, estrogen, estradiol, and even cortisol, which is a stress hormone. Cholesterol plays an important part of our bone health. Vitamin D, for example, interacts with sunlight to make cholesterol. Where does cholesterol come from? Most of the cholesterol inside of us comes from inside of us. The liver makes up about 85% of our cholesterol. Remember, our cells need cholesterol for their cell membrane and structure, even their function. They have the ability to make cholesterol as well. So when your doctors lower cholesterol, they usually prescribe statin drugs. These drugs work to inflame the liver because that's the site of most of our body's cholesterol production. Interesting to note is that the body recycles cholesterol rather than get rid of it. For those who are worried about cholesterol from food, don't. You only get about 10%. This assumes that you're eating plenty of animal products, such as red meats and dairy. Animals have the ability to make cholesterol much like humans. They need cholesterol for hormones and other aspects of their lives. I believe the real villain is not cholesterol, but trans fats and hydrogenated oils. I'll show you the connection. What is atherosclerosis? Atherosclerosis is simply plaque buildup within the arteries. This can prevent the flow of blood and can lead to all sorts of heart trouble. Plaque buildup begins at an early age and progresses worse if we ignore it. So symptoms of a blocked arteries include, but are not limited to, chest pain, pain along the arm, neck, and jaw, shortness of breath, feelings of lightheadedness, and even nausea. So when you visit your physician, they'll run some tests. They usually look for your HDL, LDL, and total cholesterol levels. These values are the accepted ranges your doctors will use to compare your labs with. Remember, no two humans are alike, so these numbers don't have to be exact. They simply act as a guide. So why are arteries often clotted but not your veins? Arteries are smaller than veins. They're thinner too, which makes them weaker. Now, arteries carry blood away from the heart to the rest of the body. So they have to be flexible in order to reach every part and every cell and every organ. Oftentimes, arteries are the site of inflammatory damage, which means more cholesterol will be deposited along your arteries. So how does a plaque actually form? Well, damage occurs along your arteries. Keep in mind that arteries carry blood from the heart to the rest of the body. In order to stop any possible leakage of blood, the liver ups its cholesterol production. This cholesterol is then carried to the site of damage along the artery, and it plaques. If the damage continues over time, the plaque will grow to contain the damage. This is what it looks like when plaque buildup occurs along the coronary artery of the heart. So here's a close-up view of a clotted artery. As you can see, blood flow is reduced where the plaque is deposited. The heart then must pump harder to get all that blood through that small space. Where does the cholesterol causes heart disease idea come from? Remember, these complications are due to narrowed arteries, not necessarily cholesterol. Cholesterol narrows arteries indirectly while it's doing its job of patching up inflammatory arterial damage. It just so happens that these diseases, the strokes, chest pain, high blood pressure, even heart attacks, can result from cholesterol doing its job of patching up arterial damage. Why do we then fear cholesterol? Everybody wants to lower cholesterol. Yet, does anyone ever talk about the inflammation or the hydrogenated oils we eat? Or the fact that cholesterol is essential to virtually every aspect of our lives? Well, for starters, we watch too many commercials, drug ads constantly selling us something. Then there's the fact that too few people will actually question their doctors. I mean, does it make sense that your body makes a substance, cholesterol, that's trying to kill you? And then why would your body recycle that same substance? Also, people believe our understanding of health today is not subject to change or debate. Those are some key reasons why many of us fear cholesterol without fully understanding its role. So where does this demonization of cholesterol come from? Imagine the arteries God gave you when you were born are like a brand new house, clean and healthy. Let's say a gas leak occurs one day and catches fire. This is inflammation of the arteries. Now, firefighters are then called in to put out the fire. This is cholesterol's function, to put out the fire. Now, over time, if the fire grows, more firefighters are called upon to control it. This is additional cholesterol deposition over time. It increases in response to the level of inflammation. Now, a worst case scenario, that house burns down. This is a heart attack happening. Now, when we autopsy the body, we find that the heart attack was caused by blocked arteries. And so the blood wasn't able to flow properly. So we blame cholesterol. Well, this is like blaming the firefighters for burning down the house just because they were at the scene of the crime. Our physicians will then prescribe drugs, statin drugs, to lower cholesterol. This is like arresting and sentencing those same firefighters who worked hard to save and protect their house. The real culprit is not the firefighters in this case. The real culprit is not the cholesterol. The real culprit is the gas leak. This is inflammation due to compounds called free radicals. Have you ever heard of good and bad cholesterol? This is false. There's really no such thing as good and bad cholesterol. The truth is, lipoproteins, HDL and LDL, are not cholesterol. They are simply transport molecules. Here are some types of lipoproteins found in the body. The two we'll focus on are the LDL, low density lipoprotein, and HDL, high density lipoproteins. Remember, lipoproteins carry cholesterol. They act like a taxi. Cholesterol cannot travel in the blood. It must be carried by lipoproteins. Now, the reason LDL is termed bad cholesterol is because it tends to bring cholesterol to the arteries. It contributes to the clotting of arteries. And the reason HDL is called good cholesterol is because it brings cholesterol from the arteries back to the liver. Either way, these molecules are not cholesterol. They are lipoproteins. They simply carry cholesterol like a taxi. Now, the direction in which they carry cholesterol depends on the level of oxidation and free radical damage found in the body, in your arteries. Now that you know the role of cholesterol, how do we then lower our cholesterol levels or clean our arteries in order to balance our cholesterol? Well, one must understand the role of free radicals and the power of antioxidants. Free radicals are reactive species that can attack and damage cells and tissues. These are generated by normal metabolic processes, excess environmental toxins, stress, chemicals such as smoking, hydrogenated oils, trans fats in our food. Now, too many free radicals can and will damage your arteries. I liken them to tennis balls, constantly bouncing around, breaking things. This damage can affect the flow of blood, and so the liver responds by making more cholesterol, which acts as a band-aid along the arteries because it's sticky, patching up arterial damage. This is only a temporary fix. Now, the solution are antioxidants. Antioxidants are compounds that neutralize or stop free radicals, stopping the destruction they cause throughout the body. Antioxidants are things like vitamin C, vitamin E, selenium, green tea, CoQ10, and others, all of which you can get at drcedrick.com. The body must have enough antioxidants in order to counter free radical damage. This is where you come in. Again, free radical buildup will damage your cells, tissues, and can lead to aging and disease. The liver responds by making more cholesterol. This cholesterol is transported to the site of damage on your by LDL, which is a lipoprotein transport molecule, not cholesterol. Cholesterol bandages the artery to protect it from further damage. If free radicals are not reduced, this process will continue until cholesterol has blocked a significant portion of your arteries, which is also bad. These are some sources of free radicals in our bodies: excess stress, excess sugar, Crisco, hydrogenated oils, chemical toxins, etc. What do you do if you want to reduce your free radical load? Well, you can increase your antioxidant intake. Now, antioxidants are found in fruits and supplements, which you can find at drcedrick.com. You can also increase your water intake, add essential fatty acids into your diet, add fiber, real butter, not substitutes. Remember, dietary fats and dietary cholesterols rarely contribute to blood cholesterol level. They only account for about 10%. It's the free radicals in the food that we eat that causes an overall increase in blood cholesterol by damaging our arteries. So as you increase your antioxidants, they will neutralize free radicals. The body responds by removing cholesterol plaque from your arteries. Interesting to note is cholesterol is transported back to the liver to be recycled by HDL, high density lipoprotein, which is a transport molecule, not cholesterol. The body recycles cholesterol, not because it's trying to kill you, but because cholesterol is an important molecule for other functions of the body. In conclusion, most cholesterol comes from your body, not your diet. Cholesterol is essential for human life and human health. It's not bad. Lipoproteins are not cholesterol. They are transport molecules. Free radical damage your arteries. Antioxidants fight these free radicals, and you can get these antioxidants from drcedrick.com. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and definitely subscribe. Visit us at drcedrick.com for quality health products, including antioxidants. Thank you.